Frida Adler wrote Sisters in Crime in 1975. I should tell you that I actually had the opportunity to study under Frida Adler when I was a PhD student at Rutgers University. She actually taught my criminological theory course. So in Sisters in Crime, I'm going to call her Frida because that's how I call her now. In Sisters in Crime, Frida describes how mainstream criminology neglects females and neglects how society shapes female criminality. She explains that female criminality and gender roles in particular are not biological. They are linked to socialization. Girls in particular have many more social controls that keep them in family roles. They're more likely to be at home. They're more likely to be focused on school. And so they have many of those social bonds that Hershey identified. She describes, however, that as women become more liberated, and this is also known as the liberation thesis, that as women become more liberated and they move out of their home, so they take on the role of an employee versus the homemaker, that they will become more like men. They will have the same experiences as men. So they will experience the strain that men experience in the workforce. They will have more opportunity to engage in crime because now they're outside of the home. So because they are leaving the home, they're becoming employees. So because they're leaving the home, their social bonds begin to weaken, allowing strains to develop and the opportunity for crime. So then the question is, does Adler think that mainstream criminology is generalizable to the female experience and female offending? Yes. Yes, she does. She does make that argument, right? As you can see, she identifies 3 different theories in her theoretical explanation. Social bonds, which came up in Reckless and Hershey. Strain, which was created by Merton and Agnew. And then your opportunity theories. So most of your environmental criminological theories, like Cohen and Felsen and Cornish and Clark. Now, when Frida wrote her book, at the heart of the feminist movement, she was heavily criticized by feminists. I'm sure you could assess why. If women were more likely to engage in offending once they left the home and entered the workforce, then there is a pretty strong argument to keep women in the home. But Frida wasn't actually saying that, because in her theory, she also identifies how the male experience, being out of the home, experiencing strain, having many opportunities for offending, is equally, if not more, problematic. From her work, you could make the conclusion that men and boys need to be socially controlled. that men and boys need to spend more time at home to reduce strains and reduce opportunities for offending. Frida actually argued that that more policies need to be implemented to address strain and opportunities for offending, not just for females, but for males as well. Nonetheless, she was heavily criticized by feminists, which in many ways harmed her career in criminology. So I should mention that Adler is a liberal feminist. As you recall, liberal feminists talk about sex role socialization, and that is exactly what Frida is discussing here. So in the next one, we're going to talk about a radical feminist, Meta Chesney Lind.